Build Your Own McLaren, issue 56. We're going to be assembling the steering, part 3. First, we're going to remove the steering column from its sprue. Next, we're going to just test fit it on to the back of the boss of the steering wheel. So it's slightly angled upwards. There is a groove on either side of that, and there is some grooves in the boss. So it fits on that. So we're not going to glue it on because it needs to be removed. Next, we recover the cockpit underfloor, and then we've got a cockpit frame, which there is a lug here which locates into this position in where the screw was, and these edges here will go against these parts here, so it goes in like that. And this bit around here will glue onto the part there. So we're going to just put a bit of glue in the center there, just in front of the screw, and then a little bit on these tabs on either side, and then glue that into position. So I'll take a bit of glue, dab a bit of glue on that, and then a little bit there. Yeah, stick that in, and then just clean up the excess. Let's check its location is good. Next, we take the cockpit frame front, and then we need to test fit this. There is 2 holes on either side of that, and there are 2 little lugs there and there. So it goes this way around with this boss part sticking out. So we just need to, we're going to test fit it. So we just need to line those up on either side. That's there. And then it will fit into this position here. So I'm just going to put some adhesive along here and here, and then stick it in. Then we just need to line up the holes over the little pins there. Right, so that is located. So I'm just going to hold it down for 30 to 40 seconds while the adhesive goes off. So we take the lower front crank, so that one there, the gear which has got it's got a sort of little cutout on it, so that goes onto there. So I just need to apply a little bit of glue on that and then pop that in. So what I'm gonna do is just put it on like that, and then put a little bit of Tamiya, I think, adhesive. Now that the glue's gone off, next we take the end stop and a type A screw, and we put this into the center hole. There's 3 holes there, so we're just going to put it into the center one. So I'm just going to start it, then get the screwdriver and screw it in. So Okay. That's the end stop in. Next we take the crank support and then we put the rear steering crank into the hole. Then we take the gear. If you notice a square section on your square hole, that goes in there with the flat edge facing inwards. So just test fitted that, make sure it moves like that. Next we then take a little bit of glue and I think what I'm going to do is I'll put it on there and then I'll just put a bit of adhesive on the outside. The square section. Just wait for that to go off. Next we recover the floor assembly. We take the front steering crank guide and we stick it over the moulding in the front. That, so basically it's got, you can see there's a slot there and it slides in, and there's a screw hole at the top, and then we put a type A screw in. So just put that in. Just support underneath there while we screw down. Next we put the crank assemblies together, making sure that they are lined up. Then if you notice, there's two locating lugs either side where the screws go in the top, and the screws will then go into this position, and this lug here will go into the hole there. So if we just locate the hole into the hole, and then that falls into that location, and then we put two screws in, one screw either side. Just supporting this part because there is nothing there, it's just floating. So just keep it supported, and then we'll tighten the screws down. There we are. You've got to carefully don't over tighten them. So that's in, and then as you can see, that's moving nice and smoothly. Next we take the steering column with the steering wheel on it. Then we locate this part here so it dips down, and then we fit it in to that part there, and then the rods there will then fit into the groove there. So as you can see, and then we take there's two plates that go over the top to hold the steering column in. So the longer of the plates goes to the front, and there's a slightly shorter plate that goes to the rear, and then we screw those together with type E screws. Okay, we'll just turn it down around the side, put a hand under to support it while we tighten up, and put a finger in there to support it too, and then we're able then to put enough pressure onto it to tighten them up. Same at the rear. So I'm just going to put my finger under there to support it. we are. So that's nice and smooth. And then we can just remove the steering wheel if we need to. So it's a little bit tight, but it's probably when it's in the cockpit. So I'm just going to probably just either sand that down slightly so it goes on a little bit smoother. But that is the end of this issue.